Friends, are you tired of making pancakes the old-fashioned way with all the preparation time and messy cleanup? So am I. Well, there's a man in Austin, Texas you need to meet who has the answer.
Sean O'Connor is that man. Batter Blaster is his answer. He invented the stuff.
Batter Blaster is refrigerated. You take it out of your refrigerator, you shake it up, and it works just like whipped cream. And then you make pancakes. And it's that easy. You can spell your kids' names, you can make heart shapes. Let's try a B.
B for Bill.
There you go.
Well, these look like real pancakes.
Well, they are real pancakes.
They are real pancakes.
At first, people weren't so sure. Pancakes in a can?
People are eating tuna like crazy out of a can. How big of a stretch is it to get batter out of a can?
Yeah, but aerosol pancakes. What would Grandma say? Sean prefers not to use the word aerosol.
Is aerosol the right word? Or?
I think we like to use just a whipped cream style can, because aerosol could be spray paint or Aquanet.
Indeed, the aerosol food group has a checkered past, belittled by many food critics, nutritionists, and other assorted snobs as something less than wholesome nutrition. But get this, Batter Blaster is organic.
You don't think of aerosol food products as organic.
The eggs are cage-free eggs. The sugar is not grown with pesticides, nor is the flour.
Now sold in that temple of all that is natural and organic, Whole Foods. Sean also had to overcome that obstacle shared by most entrepreneurs.
People thought it was nuts.
And with no budget, had to resort to guerrilla marketing.
We broke the Guinness Book of World Records for most pancakes made and served in a single afternoon.
Good afternoon, Batter Blaster.
Today, Batter Blaster is selling like you-know-what. You know, hotcakes.
We've been able to grow over 2 short years to 15,000+ stores coast to coast.
Really?
We sold well over 3 million cans last year. So the sky's the limit for Batter Blaster.
Out of the way, Grandma. Now any fool can make pancakes.
What's your step?
The American entrepreneurial spirit, which the president says will lift us out of this hole we're in, was right there at my feet in Houston.
People ask me sometimes, how long is this going to take? I say 3 minutes to 30 minutes, depends on how much I like it. Come on, let's go to work.
Denise Pullen is a real pistol, as they say here in Texas. And unlikely as it seems, she's the CEO of a global business.
Good job.
The classic Shine. She travels the state, the nation, and yes, the world, shining shoes.
I have shined shoes in high-rise office buildings. I've shined shoes in nightclubs. I've shined shoes in car washes. Well, I think everybody should shine shoes. When people say they can't find a job, I said, have you tried shining shoes?
This is our teamwork here.
Last week, she headed from her home in Plano, Texas, to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with 25 shoe shine stands.
I've done the Republican National Convention, and I've done the National Religious Broadcasters and the American Cemetery Association. I've buried them, saved them, and hired a president in between. And this drops down.
She started shining 26 years ago in a Dallas hotel.
Did your father approve of you shining shoes?
Well, not at first, but then they finally came around.
Denise started shining more shoes.
I told everybody that I was going to go to these high-rise office buildings and shine shoes, and they're like going, there is no way anybody's going to let you come in. And I'm like, watch me.
Pretty soon, Denise and her employees were in 40 office buildings.
Is there a set of brown brushes?
She hires mostly women and trains them.
I teach them how to do this and to let them know that they can have their own business.
Women like Kayla Harrison, who is saving to study radiology.
Denise taught my parents how to shine, and I started shining probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
They learned from the best.
They look better already.
Getting a shoe shine from Denise is pretty much like sending your shoes to a spa.
Now this is the foot massage. It comes with the shine. It's not extra.
Meeting Denise Pullen rejuvenates your shoes.
I told you they'd look good. See, now don't you feel good?
And your spirits.
It's not just a shoe shine, it's an experience.
It certainly is.
All right. Entrepreneurs like Matt Griffin can be a quirky lot.
That's hot. Another one?
And one more.
Making big deals out of very small things, like brownies.
I usually get the very first one.
Matt loves the chewy edges of brownies and decided what the world needs now is more of them.
So I'm sitting there eating a brownie and I think, no one's really thought about the corner versus the middle. I like the corners best. Maybe I'll invent a pan that's all corner brownies.
And so he created the Edge Brownie Pan,
Best piece in the pan.
which yields brownies with 2 and even 3 edges. Chewy edges, not those dental threats of old.
That was not intentional.
Every brownie will be baked to perfection.
Who knew people cared enough to shell out $34.95 for a pan to solve the problem?
We've done focus groups. The results are basically this in a nutshell. 80% of men are corner people. They like corners. They don't like the middle. Women, 50-50.
At his home in Indianapolis, Matt drew some simple sketches, produced a prototype, and shopped it around.
And I said, let's take these things on the road. We'll go to houseware shows and we'll go guerrilla style and I'll have a bag and I'll show them to people and they'll be excited. Well, they weren't. They weren't excited. In fact, they were more annoyed than excited. I'm like, hey, remember me? Look, I made one. And they're like, okay, get out of here. So, you know, we took all that in stride and I kept thinking, we're going to make this thing.
At first, his wife, Emily, wasn't exactly thrilled either.
We cleaned out our savings account. You know, we're a newly married couple. Wiped it out. That was an issue. It was an issue.
I wouldn't say I was quite so gung-ho the whole time as he was. First of all, I was originally a middle person on brownies, so I thought, well, who wants edges?
It's not always easy living with someone possessed by entrepreneurial spirits.
We had a 2-bedroom house, 2 children now, and an entire basement full of pans.
But there finally came a trickle of publicity that turned into a flood. His pan was everywhere, from Good Housekeeping to World Wrestling Entertainment magazine.
Last year you doubled sales?
Last year we doubled in sales. The year before that we doubled in sales.
Last year, Matt sold 130,000 brownie pans, made in the USA. Who says America doesn't make anything anymore?